Leads the all-time series 22-14-1. The Crest has won 7 of the last 10 games between these rivals and had home field advantage tonight. Advantage, right? Maybe not. Who knows? Brian Stevenson was at this one. He has a story from Boiling Springs.
Both teams ready to get it on and decide who was the best of Cleveland County tonight. First quarter, Jordan Robinson rolls out to his right, connects with Mario Washington. That's a good first down, and it pleases the Football Friday night crowd. That would lead to a touchdown by number 43. No, not the King, David Wissett. Chavis Poole. He gets in for 6. PAT's good, and it's 7-0 Chargers. Lions come right back here. 44 to Boris Jolly for, coincidentally, a 44-yard touchdown, and we're all tied up at 7. The Golden Lions take the momentum right here. Mark Williams just up from JV with the INT. That would lead to an Arsenio Parks touchdown, and Shelby's up 14-7. It would keep getting better for the Golden Lions. Watch DeVoris Jolly battle his way, beat and bang, getting 19 yards in the first down. He would later score on the drive, making it 21-7.
Number one, baby. That's all y'all need to know.
Perhaps the Chargers needed a little inspiration from Coach Sid Bryson. Longtime AD and coach had the stadium named for him tonight. Maybe this would get Crest back on track. Extra effort from Tosh Toms, getting that 5-4 frame across the goal line, and it's 21-17. But that would be as close as the Chargers would get. The Golden Lions of Shelby held on to the ball and ran out the clock. Final score 21-17. They're celebrating in Shelby tonight at Crest High. I'm Brian Stevenson for Football Friday night.
They were going crazy. They affected.
Thanks for joining us this half hour for Football Saturday's Game of the Week. I'm David Allen. It's the Crest Chargers and the Shelby Golden Lions. What more do I need to say?
Shelby and Crest on Friday night. Brandon Spikes and Evan Bostic bringing out the Chargers decked out in their home green on green as the ready to go. And early in this ball game, it would be Tosh Toms running hard for the Chargers over the right side for nice yardage. And then Toms again, this time, makes a nice little spin move, runs into Tavares, Jolly and company, but the Chargers move the ball nicely on the opening drive of the ball game. Here that Shelby interior defense comes up with a nice play, but the faithful on the Crest side ready for the Chargers to take the lead, and they would right here. Chavis Poole bounces it to the outside. He's going to reach for the end zone. He's in for the score. However, it would be a costly touchdown for the Chargers as Poole would come off with a twisted knee. He would not return. 7-0 was the score at that point. And then the Golden Lions would go on offense for the first time. Tavares Jolly around the right end, getting some room and then getting into the pile. He's stacked up and pushed back. Then Montgomery's going to show play action. Back to throw, and he's going to hit Jolly wide open down the left side. 44 yards for the touchdown. Tyler Rabb's extra point was good, and the game was tied at 7. And the new version of the Crest Crazies, though, not too tore up about it. Not too tore up until Jordan Robinson cuts loose of that one, and Mark Williams, the Shelby sophomore, is in front of it. He's got an interception, and the Golden Lions are in business, and that would set up Arsenio Parks. Montgomery gives it off to the baby bus, and he bounces it outside. 20 yards on the scoring run right here. He's in for the touchdown. Extra point made it 14-7 Shelby. Then the Golden Lions would hold defensively, get the football back, and start yet another drive. Here comes Jolly again. Nice room, and he cuts it up inside to Boris Jolly. Down inside the 20 for Shelby, and then inside the 5, it's going to be Jolly again. 3 yards out, he's in for the touchdown, and oh my goodness, it's 21-7 in favor of the Golden Lions, but Crest would come back. Tosh Toms diving down low there, and he's excited. That would set up Doug Lowry's 37-yard field goal. He'll split the uprights. It's 21-10, but Crest was not done before the half. And they would talk about it and say, let's try to get one more score on the board. And it's going to be a handoff to Toms down at the 13-yard line. He looks to get free, but he loses the handle. Michael McLam has it, and we go to the half, 21-10.
We'll be back with second half highlights and scores from the other games right after this.
That this stadium is and shall always be Sid Bryson Stadium.
Crest Principal Roger Harris recognizing Sid Bryson as they named the stadium over at Crest after the longtime coach, teacher, and athletic director. Second half highlights are few and far between, really. Daryl Montgomery, a nice play there, and the Shelby Crazies getting excited about it, but a lot of penalties in the second half and a lot of crazy calls by the officials. How about this one right here? Montgomery loses the handle, starts around left end, then gets just tattooed. Ball comes loose. Somehow or another, the officials call this a touchback. It should have been a safety for the Chargers. Would have gotten Crest a little bit closer, and they needed to be, because Toms is going to get free right here, gets in for the touchdown. That would make it 21-17, but when Shelby was playing field position battle all night and in a hole, Antonio Odom comes up with the big return on the ensuing kickoff, got Shelby to midfield, and the Golden Lions would run out the clock. Shelby wins it by a final of 21-17. The Golden Lions host Lincoln next Friday, while Crest will host Kings Mountain. How about
Special playoff edition of Football Saturday's Game of the Week. I'm David Allen. Just a few weeks ago, Shelby and East Rutherford got together for the conference championship, and on Friday night, the Golden Lions traveled to East to take on the Cavaliers in the third round of the state playoffs.
Oh, my goodness, it doesn't get any better than this on Friday night after Thanksgiving. Third round playoff action, and the Golden Lions defense coming out hitting. Giorgio Lawrence running for cover early in the ball game. Michael McClam, Austin Allen there on the stop. Then watch Lawrence. Loses the handle, picks it up. Now Travis Little just lays him out. Didn't know where he was there for a second or two, but he would get up and be in the ball game, no problem. Watch Arsenio Parks, the Golden Lions, just bulling his way. Didn't think he was down right there, but they call him down, and that would lead to this next run by Tavares Jolly coming right at you. That would lead to a Tyler Rabb 34-yard field goal attempt. It is up and good. Shelby leads it 3-0 with 8:54 to go in the half, as this one was a defensive struggle early on, and there's Coach Chris Norman thinking about what all's going on and how this defense can come up with a big play. Watch Shuntrey Smith strip the ball from Lawrence on fourth down. It's kicked out of bounds. The Golden Lions would take it over, but East would get it back, and Blake Bostic would nail his 26-yarder, and it would be tied at 3 at the half.
We'll be back with second half highlights and a score from the Crest game right after this.
Is a timepiece on your list to give someone special this Christmas? If so, Arnold's Jewelry in Shelby is the place you need to visit. Arnold's has the largest selection of nationally recognized brand name watches, and they're reduced 30 to 40% during Arnold's holiday watch sale. Men's and ladies' latest designs from Wittenauer, Seiko, Citizen, Pulsar, and Bulova, all reduced. Let the staff at Arnold's help you select a gift that will be remembered for years to come. But hurry, 30 to 40% off watches is for a limited time only.
For 50 years, through 3 generations, Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance has worked and grown with our community. We are proud to be an independent agent, and for many years, Auto Owners Insurance Company has been the best choice for your life, home, auto, and business insurance. We plan to continue the tradition of excellence for many years to come. Auto Owners Insurance Company and Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance for half of a century. The right choice for you.
J&D Furniture in Uptown Shelby can solve all your furnishing dilemmas. For your living room, we have sofas, love seats, coffee tables, and more. Make your den cozy with a new Lazy Boy recliner. And you'll never have another sleepless night with a new mattress set by Serta. J&D Furniture has 2 large showrooms filled with beautiful bedroom suites, living room arrangements, appliances, and so much more. And if we don't have what you're looking for in stock, we'll order it and deliver it to your door. Browse J&D Furniture in Uptown Shelby today. You'll be glad you did.
Defensive struggle in the first half. Offensive fireworks to start the second quarter. Third play of the quarter. Daryl Montgomery to Preston Roseboro, 69 yards for the touchdown, and the capacity crowd, probably 6,000-7,000 there on Friday night, going crazy on the Shelby side, and the Golden Lions would get it back and leading by 7. Arsenio Parks bulling his way, just trying hard for yardage, then out of the I formation. Jolly going to step out of a tackle there, and he's off to the races. 42 yards for the touchdown, and Shelby led it 17-3, and The Golden Lion faithful thought, hey, maybe we're going to get a blowout in this one just like last week, but that was not to be. East Rutherford smartly down the field, 5 plays, and this touchdown pass from Lawrence to his tight end, Philip Duncan, cuts it to 17-10 in favor of the Golden Lions. Shelby offense trying to get something going, but Jolly is hit in the mouth right there and knocked backwards. East Rutherford would come to Duncan again. If he could play Shelby every week, he'd be an All-American. He's going to catch his second touchdown of the game, and we're tied at 17. And then Duncan on the defensive side. Shelby trying to get something going late, and Duncan makes a tremendous play on the ball. The interception would keep the Golden Lions from winning in regulation, so we go to overtime. 3rd down and goal. Lawrence trying the right side option, the pass or run, and Jolly knocks him out of bounds. That sets up Blake Bostic on the short field goal attempt, sneaks it inside the upright. Not even sure if it got in from that angle, but it was 20-17. 2nd down play in overtime. Jolly trying to get it in. Ball comes loose. Golden Lions recover, but they say he's down at the 1/2-yard line. After the 3rd down play netted no gain, it'll be Arsenio Parks over for the touchdown, and Shelby stuns East Rutherford in overtime, 23-20 the final. The Golden Lions will visit Forest Hills next week. Forest Hills over Bandy's 41-14 on Friday night. In the 4A playoffs, Crest easy over South Caldwell, 42-7. Crest will travel to Grimsley next week. Grimsley over Mount Tabor, 20-7.
That'll do it for this half hour. Stay tuned next half hour as Alex Caban will have the weekend review in Espanol. For Football Saturday's Game of the Week, I'm David Allen.
Lions are no strangers to being deep in the playoffs. Last year, Shelby got all the way to the 2A finals, and they'll return this year thanks to Shelby's defense and the arm of Daryl Montgomery. Montgomery with a touchdown pass to DeVoris Jolly, helping Chris Norman and company move on by a final of 21-7 over Forest Hills. Shelby takes on Reedsville at Keene Stadium at 4:30 in the 2AA state final. And in the 2A final, it's Lincolnton. Go get them, Lincolnton, as they take on Clinton, also at Keenan Stadium. That is, they hook up at high noon on Saturday.
State championships will be decided. For Shelby, the Golden Lions, they've been there, knocked on the door, and grabbed their share of hardware. Look at that right there. That's what it says. Now, last season, they lost to Southwest Onslow. This year, they'll face a Reedsville team that's played for the title in 3 of the last 4 years. Coach, you got to get them here. Golden Lions, that's the coach. Chris Norman says, you know what? His team is young, but there's something about youth. They will be ready.
We've got some squad coming in with some good football players, and we've got some young kids, and they've played in some big games this year, but you know, this will be a big test for them in a big stadium.
That's what it's all about. Speaking of big tests in a big stadium, how about this one playing in front of 69,000?
The Reedsville Rams kickoff set for 4:30. Let me correct that, not in Durham, at Keenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. Here's a look at the game.
The kids have gone through a lot of adversity this year. They've battled through a lot of injuries. You know, at some point in time, we've had Parks has been out for 2 or 3 games. We've lost Jolly for a couple of games late in the season, and I've lost some offensive and defensive linemen late in the season. And kids have moved positions and come in and done an outstanding job.
Both Shelby and Reedsville enter the game with a 12-3 record, and Coach Norman sees Reedsville as a tough challenge for his team.
As fast a football team as we've seen all year, and that's true. Their defense just plays lights out. They've got so much speed on the field. Their linebackers are very aggressive. They bring a lot of pressure. They can play man, they can play zone, and mix their coverages up.
Both teams also have in common a bad taste in their mouths from playing in the championship game last season and losing.
Reedsville's in the same boat. You know, this is 3 out of 4 for them. I mean, they just missed it last year. Western Alamance beat them, and but I noticed the kids yesterday when we got back in the press conference very focused, not overly excited, more work-like.
All right, and finally tonight, I want to quickly tell you about a big-time charity.
Shelby has had to take a tough road to the state championship game, as they'll meet Reedsville on Saturday. Tough road, meaning they've had to travel and win just to get this far. Head coach Chris Norman says that his guys have definitely been resilient.
We, for some reason, have been very successful on the road in the playoffs over the years, and you know, we've gone into some tough places to play, like Forest Hills. I mean, it's a tough place to go into, and I think the experience has helped us.
And complete highlights and wrap-ups of those championship games coming your way on Sports Night Saturday, 10 o'clock. We need to step aside for a minute. When we come back, extended comments from Wake football coach Jim Grove, who had the Raleigh Sports Club in stitches.
All top brand names backed by our $100 low price guarantee.
Golden Lions are jumping for joy these days. They have another shot at State Football Championship this Saturday. Last year they came up a bit short against Southwest Onslow, but this is 2005 and they want it badly. They have to knock off the Reedsville Rams to get it done, though. The 2AA title game is a 4:30 kickoff at Keenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, and we will be there for the action highlights Saturday at 6, 10, and 11 of all 4 of our teams playing for state titles. But before they play, we'll get you ready for the big games on a special edition of Football Friday Nights. It's our first ever championship preview and season review, so join us then. College football. We need a house band now. We can be like Letterman. And everything. All right. Time now to tackle the 2AA championship game between Reedsville and the Golden Lions of Shelby. At the start of the season, not many would have given the Lions a chance to be back in the spot, even though they played in the 2A state title game last year.
Well, you know, it wasn't because they didn't have the talent. It was because they had to replace 25 seniors off a team of 51 players.
Tough.
That's half the team, if my math is correct.
Yes,
it is. All right, but what a rebound it was for Shelby.
December 11th, 2004, a bitter end to a great season for Shelby, who lost in the 2A state title game to Southwest Onslow.
I felt horrible.
Everybody didn't come out focused.
Final score, Shelby 21, Southwest Onslow 49.
I felt that if we was going to go down there and lose, it was no use of us being there, but that motivates me so much to let me know that when we go back, our team will come back home with a win.
And here they are, with another chance to get that elusive championship ring. They take with them a 12-3 record and a lot of key players who experienced that title game last year. But what will help them the most is the confidence they bring into the final game of 2005, thanks to some early adversity.
We had a lot of early on injuries in the season, so those injuries made a lot of people step up and realize that once the key players go down, like I went down for 3 games, Jolly went down for 2 games, and we all been banged up this year, so this made everybody else behind us step up real hard, and it made us gel a whole lot better for as a team. That's why we got here.
Shelby's opponent is Reedsville, and this program has plenty of experience on the big stage of the championship game.
Great football tradition, 16 state championships, been in the finals 3 out of the last 4 years, won 2 of them against my friend up at Bandy's, Mr. Lohman, and Coach Teague, they just do a great job. They got a lot of speed, offensively they're going to spread the field, they can run the ball, and their defense is as fast as we've seen in a long, long time.
You go to state, that's not guaranteed you're going to win a state, so you know when you go up there, you have to start, you got to play hard for all 48 minutes or you'll come away with a loss like we did last year. That's what motivates us for this year.
I know they're going to remember that loss last year because they really didn't play very well. They didn't think they could have played a lot better and come out with a better win. But
yeah, but you got to think it's going to give them a better chance this year because there's nothing like losing a championship game and having a chance to come back and win it the following year. We've got DJ CJ from 96.1 to beat him.
Final, Shelby. Unfinished business because they lost in the state championship last year. Defense getting it done early. Tavoris Jolly. Beautiful interception diving to make the play. Well, then you got to turn defense into offense, and Jolly does just that. Scoring. 6-0 Golden Lions. Second score of the game, Shelby gets 3 on a 42-yard field goal. Yeah, looking good for the Lions.
Run that D, let's go, baby, let's go!
Yeah, and the defense did. They were on fire all night. Forcing a fumble, Shelby recovered, and they would make Reedsville pay. Daryl Montgomery, 54 yards on the hookup to Preston Roseboro. That's another touchdown for those Golden Lions in the defense, swarming all night long, giving Reedsville fits. Then setting up another touchdown, forcing the fumble. They recover in the end zone. Golden Lions win the state championship 26-18 after coming up short last year.
Well, it's always better to get it than it is to leave without it. There's no doubt about it. I've been on both ends of that a couple times, and it's a special night, particularly with this group of seniors. We've got a couple guys that were 4-year stars for us, and Keon and Tavares, and both of them had big games and received some personal recognition for it.
Well, they had some adversity early on, some injuries, but boy, did they battle back. How about that? 26-18, the Golden Lions, State 2AA champs. Congratulations on a fantastic season. All right, in the State 2A final.
The Shelby Golden Lions battled the Reedsville Rams Saturday in Chapel Hill for the State 2AA Championship. Let's get to the highlights.
Unfinished business, the theme for the Golden Lions all season long after that loss in the state championship last year. And on Saturday afternoon in Keenan Stadium, the Golden Lions came out fired up. Tavares Jolly stepping in front of Eric Teague's pass on the Rams' first possession of the ball game, and the Golden Lions would go straight to work. Daryl Montgomery goes to Antonio Odom to set up the Golden Lions at the 9-yard line, and the faithful on Saturday loving it. Couple of plays later, Jolly coming to the near side. He's going to get it down to the 1-yard line, and then one play later, it's going to be Jolly again over the left side. This time he's in for the score. Extra point no good, and Shelby led it 6-0 in this one. And the Shelby cheerleaders making the trip down to Chapel Hill. Plenty to cheer about in the early going. How about the Golden Lions on offense again? Tavares Jolly making a move to the outside. 28 yards on this run down the sideline, and that would set up Tyler Rabb. The Shelby junior comes on from 43 yards out, puts the foot into it. It's going to get over the bar. The Golden Lions led it 9-0 at this point, and Coach Chris Norman not quite comfortable yet because those Rams from Reedsville, pretty stout team. But look at Keon Ross, defensive most valuable player of the game. He gets in there with Deshad Key and Austin Allen for the big stop, and then on the little flip out to Julius Graves, Deshad Key says thank you very much for the big hit. And the ball boys on the sideline just having a good time on Saturday afternoon, as those Golden Lions were too. Early in the second quarter, nice play right here by the running back Bowman. He's going to stay on his feet and get Reedsville into a position to finally put points on the board. They would go for a close play down at the goal line on this little flip out to Graves, but Jolly hits him hard at the goal line to deny him the end zone. And so because of that, Mark Tuttle has to come on for a 23-yard field goal attempt, and he nails it to get Reedsville on the board. Shelby led it 9-3 at this point. And how about Tyler Rabb, unsung hero of the day on Saturday? This is a 55-yard punt. It's going to be down at the 5-yard line and cause Reedsville to try and go all the way down the field, and they would have some success. Look at Bowman making a nice spin move there. He's upended by Montgomery, but Reedsville would drive it down, and with 6 seconds to go in the first half, no timeouts remaining, they're going to try to run a double reverse at the 6-yard line. Jolly smells it out, comes up with Doug Scott and Corey Brooks to make the stop. And at the half, Shelby led it 9-3. Rabb's 43-yard field goal and Jolly's 2-yard touchdown run, the damage for Shelby. The Golden Line Marching Band doing a number at halftime. And to start the second half, Bowman, the playmaker, Shantre Smith, knocks it loose. And the Golden Lions have it, and they would not be denied on that drive. Javis Sutton coming up with a loose football, and then Daryl Montgomery back to pass. He's got two to choose from, and he finds Preston Roseboro, ball and shoes and all, in for the touchdown on the 54-yard strike. And the Golden Lions led it at this point 16-3, and bringing home the gold is what the faithful had in mind. And Reedsville trying to get on track offensively, and they could not do it. Look at Jolly making the stop on Graves right there. Jolly doing it on both sides of the football. Interesting play here in the third quarter is Preston Roseboro's going to cough up the football, recovered by Reedsville, but then they cough up the football. Matt Kale's on it for the Golden Lions to keep Shelby out of trouble. Couple of possessions later now, the Golden Lions will go back to the air. Montgomery looking for Odom. Watch the hit right there, but Antonio jumps up. You gotta love the little man. Coach Lance Ware saying, hey, I need the defense to step up big, and watch this play. Corey Brooks knocks it loose from Teague, and Keon Ross is there for the touchdown. The Golden Lions get the extra point, and it's 23-3. But Tayon Graves is going to get a touchdown on the board right there for Reidsville as they're going to try to make it close. Onside kick, Corvallis Murray covers it for Shelby. He did that on 2 different occasions in this ball game. And how about Jolly cutting it loose right here? A nice run to spin toward the all-time rushing record for Shelby. And Rab's going to knock this one in from 37 yards out to give Shelby a 26-10 lead. Reidsville would have one last chance. The pass is going to be knocked away by Calvin Brown. And there you have it. The 2 AA state champions, the Golden Lions of Shelby. The final score, Shelby 26, Reidsville 18. The Golden Lions finished 13-3 on the season. Daryl Montgomery, the offensive most valuable player. Keon Ross, defensive, the game MVP, Tavares Jolly. State championship apparel available at Shelby High School on Monday morning. Stay tuned next half hour for Cleveland Headline Extra. For Football Saturday, I'm David Allen.